Welcome to Time to Shine Today, podcast episode 56. Analysis Paralysis, my Arse. Level up and put your knowledge to work. This is Scott Ferguson. Let's fire up. Time to Shine Today, Varsity Squad. This is Scott Ferguson, and I am here with a Time to Shine Today knowledge nugget regarding I kind of named this, analysis paralysis, my arse. Level up and put your knowledge to work. A lot of times people will study something, and then they don't ever put what they've studied into action. And I will tell you right now that I am one of those people that has did that. Unfortunately, sometimes I still do that. This podcast was something that I did. I found out exactly how to do it, joined groups, forums, all the other jazz, bells and whistles, shiny objects, but I just never put it to work until finally my coach is like, got that podcast launched. People are asking for it. People want it. And I just decided to finally, in December of 2019, do it. And I had been really researching podcasting for since August of 18. So I just think, I'm in the almost 60 episodes in, and I could be at 260 right now. Not to say that how many episodes you have matters, but I would have had so much more knowledge, nuggets dropped on you, my squad, my listeners. I would have had so many more valuable knowledge nuggets dropped on you by my interviewers. I could have been light years ahead, but I think that I got stuck in the analysis paralysis. I've had it happen with getting my real estate license back in 1998, and it took me a year to really do it and start leveling up that business. But most of us know we need to make things happen to be healthier, to be happier, to be wealthier, but we just never go through with the process to make it happen. Taking action on that process, I should say. A lot of people will have the New Year's Eve syndrome where you will have, you're going to lose weight, you're going to stop smoking, and it all goes great, but then you quit. But this is even a little bit different than that, where you just don't even freaking start. So I'm going to tell you to get off your arse and level up and put your knowledge to work. There's people that teach it, and there's people that do it. There's people there's people that do both, like say Pat Flynn from Smart Passive Income or John Lee Dumas from Entrepreneurs on Fire. They're not just teachers. They'll teach you to do it, but they're actually doing it. What I can't stand is these teachers that'll teach you, but they're not actually doing it themselves. So there was a joke back in the day. I think it went something like, if you can't do it, you coach. So if you can't play, you coach. And there's very few of those people that can really take it to the next level by motivating people if they haven't actually done it. You have your Belichicks, you have your high influencing coaches, but most of the coaches out there have did it. Like people like Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, people like that. They're out there walking the walk. Okay, so one thing I've learned is that strong character is not always doing what's fun and easy and just getting out there and have a great time with it. The monotonous grit that comes with doing stuff, when it's suck time, when it's just sucks and you feel like you're at your wit's end, you feel like what you're doing is not going to bring the fruits that you were 100% expecting it to bring. But, one of my people that I really respect told me to put this on my wall in front of me. It says, keep doing it even when you don't see any visible progress. Believe, expect, and receive. So if you have something you're passionate about, get out there and do it. Don't start it and then go and binge watch the latest episodes of Ozark, even though they do come on tomorrow, and I am pretty stoked about watching Ozark. I do love it. But I'll watch a show like that and then reprogram with some reading or some listening, and I'll get back on track. But keep just get started. And when you get started, if you're not seeing the results that you were expecting to see right away, keep doing it anyways, because you're going to get in front of people. You're going to, as long as you keep grind, and knowing that it might be monotonous, but it will pay off in the end. I found it with this podcast. I mean, I was getting nothing, no listens. But then all of a sudden I started connecting with people. They started listening. They started sharing it with people. Now I got buku listens. So thank you, all my subscribers and all my listeners. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without a little push and then putting that knowledge that I've gained, that 14, 15 months of knowledge, into action. Okay? So, I mean, Thomas Carlyle said, the smallest of actions is always better than the boldest of intentions. So take action. And while you're taking action, if it doesn't pan out for you right away, keep doing it. Okay? Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Skill is knowing how to do it. And virtue is doing it. That's by David Starr Jordan. He was a peace activist. But the virtue is in doing it. Okay? And I'll tell you this, the more positive actions you take, it becomes like a drug that's good for you. The more actions you take, the results will start to speak for themselves. So everybody, let's get off our arse, set the analysis paralysis aside. Let's level up and put what we learned to work in the service of people. All right, everybody, that's a knowledge nugget that was dropped on me that I want to pass on to you. Let's stay hungry. Let's stay humble. Let's level up our health. Let's level up our wealth, because it's our time to shine. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Time to Shine Today podcast, proudly brought to you by Sutter and Nugent Real Estate Excellence, who can be reached at 561-249-7266 and online at www.sutterandnugent.com. If you're a business owner or professional who would like to be interviewed on Time to Shine Today, please visit timetoshinetoday.com/guest. If you like this episode, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. There's a link in the show notes to our website. Also there, you will see our recommended resources. We hope that you will support our show by supporting them. If you like what you've been listening to, it'd be great if you could just give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe while you're at it. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson, and until next time, let's level up. It's our time to shine.